East and ECAC, and a little bit of Big Ten. Like Michigan, I watched just a little bit more of because it's more accessible on TV, like the Big Ten Network and whatnot. Where Malcolm, I just feel like I saw a little bit more of him this year than EJ, and he to me seems like a man. Obviously, I think the plan is for him to return for another year, and Michigan should be pretty loaded again next year. But everything you hear about Malcolm Spence, I mean, Coach Navarro can't help but have like the fattest smile on his face whenever he talks about him. So that's obviously a really good sign. And Michigan, again, I think is a place where guys go and they just become next level talents. So hopefully after next year, he'll be ready to step in and wear that red, white, and blue uniform 2 years from now. Just a number. You're just a number.
Yep. So they have to fight every day.
A lot of exciting things to look ahead, Johnny, but I wanted to unfortunately rewind it back onto this regular season a little bit as we recap it here. But just as a reminder to our fans, what was your expectations heading in to this season?
I said the Rangers were a first-round exit. I actually owe 10 of our Morning Cup of Hockey listeners I owe 10 people $100 each. I said earlier in the year, if the Rangers miss the playoffs, I'll give 10 people $100. So I literally have, and I said on the last day of our live shows, like we usually go live till like the Stanley Cup final, and then summer we do one episode a week. So on the last day, I have like all these Venmo requests for $100.
Oh my God!
on the last show, I'm gonna just go through and pick 10 people to pay. That's just how confident I was, though. I was like, with Panarin on a contract year, you got to think he's going to light it up. Mika,
yeah, come on.
Assuming he's going to have a bounce back season. JT Miller, kind of expected more out of. Vinny Trocheck, we kind of expected more out of. Igor Shesterkin, obviously, you think the world of. Adam Fox needed a bounce back season after last year. Like, you kind of just thought things would go a little bit differently, and maybe they flirt with like a wild card, if not that third. I think I picked them third in the Metro. But everything that could have went wrong this year did. Like I think injuries had a lot more to do with it than we give credit for. Like the Trocheck injury to me in the second game of the season, not even knowing what time, hearing now at exit day, it was like a viral bacteria thing.
Guy almost died.
Yeah, like it's crazy. But remember the conversations like we were having? It's like the Rangers have no balance in their top six without Trocheck, and Gabe is playing in the AHL. I think the second line was, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, it might have been like Cooley, Miller, Sherry was the second line, and the top line was Panarin, Mika, Loft, maybe. I
think that might have been it. I think they had Mika and Panarin together to start.
Yeah. Like Connor Sherry was in the top six for the first 30-ish games.
Everybody was complaining about that for sure.
Yeah, and he wasn't even the problem. The problem was that the top guys weren't doing enough. So like Loft was off to a horrible start. But I just think a lot of things that could have gone wrong this year did. And even then, like at Christmas, the Rangers were 1 point out of the playoffs. Like Fox and Igor don't get hurt. Think about how we all felt after the Winter Classic. It was like, oh, this is going to turn everything around. And then just Shesterkin out, Fox out, and season goes to shit.
Because I remember debating with you a little bit in the last episode together that I thought they were going to make the playoffs and possibly do something if they made a move.
I said they were. You shot that down?
Well, I said that. You said I was kind of out of my mind. So I just didn't want to give up hope. I kept thinking they're going to come around. They're going to come around,
I am usually in that camp. Like I try to be as positive as I can. But this year, when you walk into the room in the post game, like you can kind of feel the energy from the players, even if they're not saying it. And this year just felt like they were really beating themselves up, and it was going to take a lot to turn that around. Like even when things were good, which wasn't really till the end. Often. Yeah, it was just kind of the end that was good. But like, you know what I mean? It just from the start, from the 3 games at home where they got shut out, from not being able to win at MSG, it just felt heavy, and that's probably why I felt stronger that they wouldn't be able to turn it around because they say to the media that. They believe in the room and whatnot, and they just got to work their way out of it. But it didn't seem like they had the answers to, and I think that was kind of eating away at them a little bit. Like, especially talking to Mika. Mika's someone who spoke pretty much every game this year, and you could just sense that even though he was playing well, like he was one of the best forward all year. When they weren't scoring, it was just like we don't know. Like the puck's just not going in. Like, we just totally dominated the Capitals, and Charlie Lindgren robbed me 3 times. Like, I don't know what else to do.
Yeah.
So when that stuff's happening, it just, it just eats away at you.
Yeah, sure.
Who got it?
Toronto?
Toronto
Oh
got it.
my
Wow.
God,
Oh
dude.
my God.
What?
That
Oh,
is such a
man.
joke. That is such a joke.
Jeez. Oh, man.
Holy goodness.
They jumped Vancouver?
Oh, yeah. That's crazy.
Wow.
Oh, man.
Well, the only good thing that is that means we can get Austin Matthews.
If they're gonna
At
completely
some
Oh,
point,
man.
when Austin Matthews,
Do
what is
you
it?
know?
Who's that? Your sister?
Yeah, what's going on?
We will. It will. Yeah.
So my goalie question was,
you got?
Dom, I noticed watching Igor, I'm going to say for the last half of the season, a lot of the goals in the playoffs, I see deflection goals, right? And I notice the goalie will just go in there, butterfly, and take away the percentage, and the deflection kind of beats them where they're not playing the original shot, target shot. And Igor, to me, towards the end of the season, I saw him do multiple times. He would come out of the net on an angle and get closer to the guy with the deflection. So just smothering him. Almost like a catcher in baseball, the way they have to come out and smother the ball in the dirt. I don't know if you're following me on that.
Yeah.
In other words, most of the guys now, if they can't see what's going on, or say the wrist shot's coming from the point, they're down, they got their glove up, and then the deflection tips it under their arm. And he's going and like challenging where the puck's going and where the guy is deflecting it. He's squaring up to him. So I thought that was very interesting. I didn't see, what's his name? Ottinger got beat like 3 times in the playoffs, just holding that position with a deflection. And the other night, who was it? I want to say it was, it might have been the Minnesota game.
Wallstead?
Yeah, he got beat like that, where he was just holding the position. I'm gonna watch it next year. I want to see if he's doing the same thing. I'm curious. I didn't see him always doing that, and I noticed it like I'm gonna say the last that Doriev or whatever. Did you see that play where he pickpocketed that guy? Thought he was breaking out of the zone. And he got him, he skated behind him and literally just tapped the stick and pulled the puck, turned, deked one guy and scored. It was like, holy shit.
Yeah, these young guys are super skilled. I mean, that's why, like we keep saying, like we're not really too worried about the Rangers because like these things can just turn around so fast. We got Hemlosh representing Czech.
Hey everybody, Coach Ed here. I'm over here in the shop at Bella Italia, Marble Granite Quartz, picking up my order for a nice little bathroom I'm doing. I've been a contractor almost as long as I'm a hockey coach. So listen to me when I tell you, when you want the quality work and craftsmanship, come and see the boys over at Bella. They serve all 5 boroughs, Westchester, Long Island, all the way out to Montauk. Whether you're a Ranger fan, Islander fan, Devils fan, they're going to take care of you no matter what. Make sure you give them a call, 516-561-1018. Let's go Rangers.
All right, boys, bring it in. Don't laugh.
You were a great actor. I thoroughly enjoyed that.
Good. Well, this coach's corner, we want to talk about the Rick.
Austin Matthews and Connor McDavid and everyone. So, we'll see if that happens. But
Oh,
How you going to do that if the Rangers are getting them?
Yeah, it's on Flyers Twitter also.
I don't know. Maybe we can share him. You get custody of him one weekend. We'll get him the next weekend. It'll be great.
Or maybe
yeah,
get
I think
Evgeny
that they are
Malkin.
looking to add more. That would be something. That
Oh,
would,
what kind of an
I know,
Italian are you?
I'm trying to write quick.
At shorthand?
Yeah.
Here, I'll erase that. I'll write that down later. But no, I mean I love that what you said about him managing personalities, especially with Carter Hart.
It's a meaningless shot and it's not going to go in, but maybe he bobbles the puck. Maybe, again, one of my things was always hit the goalie in the mask.
Yeah.
You know, fire it at his mask. You know, make him think. I used to do that all the time as a kid. First shot in the first period, first shift, hit him in the mask. Now his mind is a little, hey, it's a mental game. It's all about who's mentally stronger. I see Dobish ducking a lot. Hit the goalie in the mask. Dobish caught a few. Speaking of mask, before we get off the Vegas thing, I gotta love Carter Hart's mask. He's got the Tombstone characters, one of my favorite movies. It happens to be I think his mother's favorite movie. That's why he put them on there, but you got to love it.
I got to take a closer look next time.
He's got Sam Elliott. What's his name? Val Kilmer. Paxson and who's Herb Brooks.
Nice. Yeah, I love a good goalie mask.
But anyway, yeah, I mean, you got to do things like that. Get the goalie off his game. That's why they get in Dobish's face and fire. Hit him in the mask, man.
And it's similar to like the same concept of that Paul Maurice.
More like these players are hearing everything from everywhere. People are criticizing. They're probably listening to us, hopefully. But
if I get an answer from Jared Bednar, I'm gonna go nuts.
Or Brent Burns.
I don't want to face him face to face. That guy will kill me.
Yeah, what about Brent Burns?
No.
Boy, if Burnsy knocks on my door tonight, I'll be like, what the?
No, but seriously, no, it gets you get.
Look,
that
we got.
You never know. You never know who sees one of our clips, man.
Yeah.
So, social media is a weird thing.
All I was gonna say, Coach, I mean, if Brent Burns or Bednar shows up at your door, just show them your 2 autographed Sandy McCarthy cards, and they're gonna go away.
Ask him, do you want this?
And 2 Sandy McCarthy cards that they.
I'm buddies with Sandy McCarthy. Stay away.
Yeah, exactly. They won't know why they came over there. They'll just have to turn around and go back home. You're safe.
Yeah.
Well, now Lillard's got Sebastian Aho coming to his house. So.
I'm not worried about that, Dom.
That's not like Burnsy knocking on your door.
That's true. That's true.
6'5", 225.
Yeah,
tattooed up, beard down to the floor.
Yeah, I'm no NHL player, but
did you guys see between
I might get
periods
beat up by Aho, I would think maybe, but I think I can hold my own at least.
Did you guys see between periods last night? Burnsy was down to just one skate, one shin guard on. He had nothing else on. No pants, one skate, one shin guard between periods. They showed the locker room.
So weird.
Yeah, and he was tying up the one, like he completely got undressed.
Wow.
He had a tank top on with his tattoos out, one skate, no pants, no hockey pants.
Hockey pants. But he was wearing pants in general, some kind of cover up.
Keandre. If he says Keandre, Dom, cut him off the backstage.
Get me out of here.
Yeah,
and lock him. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
have your hand on the button, Dom. Have your hand on the button, because if he says it.
Yeah, Nick, do you want to go first? You want to put just in case we got to kick you off first?
Sure. Yeah. Why not?
The spot more securely, but they made it, and I have no problem with it.
Yeah, I don't necessarily have a problem with it. I mean, I'm not going to lose sleep over it, but it does seem like they're almost trying too hard to get more goalies in there. I mean, if you guys could look up real quick, goalies versus players in the Hall of Fame. I mean, obviously, there's going to be more players. That's just how it works than goalies. But I just feel over the last couple of years, they're making sure they put in, I feel at least 2 goalies every class. Ever since the Lundqvist class, the Lundqvist class was very heavy goaltending. And since then, they've been putting in, I feel 2 or 3 goalies every year. Yeah, real quick, what about the other 2 guys at D?
The other 2 guys, Albert Smits, he played in Liga. He had 38 games played, 6 goals, 7 assists for 13 points. He also went on loan to the German league. He had 1 assist in 5 games, and then in the playoffs, he had 6 points in 11 games. He played for Latvia in the internationally, and he had in the World Juniors 5 games played, 1 goal, 4 assists, 5 points. And in the Olympics, he had 4 games played, 2 assists for 2 points. And in the World Championships, he had 4 assists in 8 games played. He's 6'3", 209 pounds, and he's a lefty. He's known for his mobility, size, and aggressive rush defense. He kills zone entries using his size and reach and his gap control to stop attacks before they happen. He's strong along the boards, good at winning puck battles, forcing turnovers, and clearing the net front. He's also very mobile for his size and is effective in transitions where he can deliver clean breakout passes. His biggest area of improvement is his decision-making, where his aggressive style can sometimes lead him to be out of position, but also with the right development and coaching, that can definitely be coached out of his game. He has flashes of good offensive instincts, but his offensive ceiling is debated amongst many scouts. And he is arguably one of the most NHL-ready players in the draft, with some scouts saying he can step into a role as soon as next season. I think if the Rangers want to take a defenseman, then he's your guy, in my mind.
A man who needs no introduction, but I'm going to give him one anyway. He works for NHL
you guys
Network.
Are too nice. You guys are
Oh,
just
come
always
on,
way too
EJ.
nice to me.
Come
You're
on,
too nice.
you're overseas broadcasting for NHL Network. You got a show on
Everywhere.
NHL Network. You're wearing the NHL Network jacket.
Yeah, that's true.
How could we not be?
Free.
How could we be too nice? You're too nice to us.
Well, I don't know about that. I mean, I appreciate it. Thank you very, very much. So, how you
No,
guys doing? What's going on?
We're doing great. We're hanging in. Just
We're,
trying to
we're in
do what's
we're
going
in
on.
shock from that news yesterday. That's for sure.
Yes.
How was your Father's
Yeah.
Day, EJ?
It was really good actually. I got to play golf with my oldest son, and
Nice.
everybody was nice to me for a day, which was good. and then we had a big hockey trade, which kind of screwed everything up a little bit, and makes you start to scramble.
No days off for EJ.
There was a day off. I was playing golf with my son, and he looks over to me and he goes, "The Panthers got Brady Tkachuk," and I was like,
Oh, you didn't get
okay,
like
you're
a
in-
phone call or anything?
No,
one's
I
letting
got-
EJ know.
No, nobody calling me. Why would they?
Elliot
call me?
Elliot Friedman didn't call you personally and say
No, he didn't. Listen, he didn't know either. Nobody knew.
Yeah.
The teams announced it. That's how, that's the thing. A lot of listen, first things first, Elliot, Pierre LeBrun, these guys, they work hard. They're making calls, they're doing all the work. I used to do those things, so I know how it is. In the world we live in today, where it's out, and then like I said, my son is telling me, everybody knows. It's not hidden, right? And the teams a lot of times announce this stuff first. So the guys who are, paid to kind of get in on this, sometimes they never know, just like us. They find it, like I'm in the same boat. So the world has definitely changed in that regard. And it's one of the reasons I'm glad I don't do that anymore. I kind of have the show I do. I call games, and then I assess something that happens, and I'll give you my opinion, and I'll talk to people about, to kind of get an informed opinion about it. But it's hard to break things nowadays because they most of the guys get it from the agents anyway. And the agents are pushing an agenda. And sometimes, it's kind of almost a quid pro quo type situation. You help me, I help you. And send property. And so I couldn't do it from Secaucus like I might do some of the games that I do from there. But it was funny because Sean McDonough, who does the games for ESPN, sent Brian Boyle and us a note saying, "Oh, Bratislava, how is it this time of year?" He knew, he could tell because he's in the business. And I said, "Yeah, it looks a lot like Toronto this time of year." So at any rate, that's just the way the business is nowadays for a lot of those games. But
when you're doing a game with Weeksy and he throws
Yes.
these lines out,
yes,
you sometimes just look at him and go, "Wow." Because
Yeah.
we do that watching the game. We're like, did he
Yes.
just say that?
Yes, I laugh. I laugh alongside, and I sometimes give him a look, and I try to get him though too, because we have
You
a
do.
lot of inside jokes, me and him now, because we've worked together for so long,
He's the best.
and I can get him every once in a while, but he's light on his feet. He's a great broadcaster. There's a lot of ways to be a color analyst in sports. And, some guys are really hardcore X's and O's guys, and that's who they are. And I think Kevin is an entertainer
Yeah.
in a lot of
I
ways. Like,
agree.
he knows the game. He played. I mean, he knows all that stuff, but he's an entertainer. And,
Definitely.
it depends on the viewer. I mean, I always say in the business that I'm in, you know, I always compare guys to like a movie, right? We all go to a movie. You like it, I don't like it, somebody's indifferent, right? With broadcasters that are on, I don't know if there's a rhyme or reason as to why someone thinks I'm good or bad. They just might be the tenor of my voice, the way I look. Who knows? In 12 months, 18 months, if McDavid is going to be on the market, if Matthews is going to be on the market, and lesser guy, Werenski could be out. Like, if these people get on the market, you have to be ready to jump. And so that's an area where that if they trade for picks and prospects, at least you have some things. You know, I was thinking about the Edmonton Oilers situation. If they had to trade McDavid, like, what does that trade look like? I have no idea what it would look like. Like, you give first round picks in perpetuity until the end of time? I don't know. You give
Until he retires, you have a first round pick every year until
every
Connor
year
retires.
until he passes. I don't know what you do. You know, I mean, it's crazy when you think about it. Like, because you likely, if you were trying to get him, it's like Florida wanted to get Brady Tkachuk, so they gave away picks, and nobody wants to give away players off their roster that are good players. But in the case of McDavid, you would think that would have to be the case. But he's going to direct again. He will direct traffic, and if he says, "I will only go to New York."
Thanks again, EJ.
All right,
we'll definitely
guys.
keep an eye out for all your stuff.
All right. I'm just saying, all right. That's it.
Oh,
We're
you're the
done.
best. Can't thank you enough,
Hey,
buddy.
Jumbo, congratulations. What a career.
Thank you, EJ. Much appreciated.
All right.
EJ, Ed, this is the one sponsor we forgot. If you're in the city, we got to
Yes.
go to O'Brien's for a little dinner. We got to buy you dinner.
Okay. All right. Well,
Next time you have a Ranger game.
once we get the season going, we'll figure that out.
Yes.
Your
You know?
schedule. If you're in New York, you let us know.
Yeah. Hey, listen, we'll figure that out.
Golf
Thank
first.
you.
Have a
though.
good
Golf
night.
First.
All right.
All right, EJ. Love you, buddy. Thank you so much.
All right.
Talk
See
to
you
soon.
guys. See ya.
Have a good night.
Yeah.
Don't wear-
don't wear that jersey when Kathy's at the
I
game.
can't hear Coach, so you got to tell him what he said.
He said, "Don't wear." You know what?
Don't
Coach,
wear
is
that-
not going to hear you any better if you yell.
Don't tell him. Don't wear that jersey when Kathy's at the game. She'll put a pin on it again.
Yeah, he said, "Don't wear that jersey when Kathy's at the game. He'll put a pin on. She'll put a pin on it again."
Yeah, I still got a scar. From that.
I'll never forget the look Oscar gave me. He just turned his head and looked at me because I knew exactly what he was thinking.
He said he never forget the look that you gave him after the fact.
He just
Oh,
smiled.
man.
He just
Do we
smiled. He's like, and on the fact that how close was it that Jack Hughes would have been the GOAT in a bad way?
Yeah, the worst, the worst player of all time there. That was really close, and he talked about it too when he was skating backwards and he sees McDavid coming down. He's like, I bet Sully was shitting his pants, and Torts and Sully were shitting their pants on the bench, seeing McDavid go down down the ice, and Jack Hughes is there. He's probably thinking, I'm going to breeze right by this bozo, and he played it well. He played it well, and then they come back, and history's written another way.
And please don't leave us. And she said, "No, that's not the reason," or whatever she said. But it was weird timing that she was having a blowout sale, trying to get rid of all of her Rangers shit, the day that Trocheck was rumored to get traded. But yeah, that is a nice hat.
So is Oscar staying on for the whole episode with the Coach's Corner?
He's welcome to stay on for as long as he wants, but I got one more question for next year. Will JT Miller switch back to number 10 without Panarin?
That's the rumor. That's the rumor. He's going to go back to his 10, which is going to piss off a lot of people, but that's the rumor. 10 is his number. 10.
That's it.
He wore it at the Olympics, right?
He wore 10 in Vancouver when he got the 100 points?
Yeah.
Then put 10 on his jersey. Maybe that'll help. Maybe that'll bring him back a little. Not that I disliked him last year, but we need points for Panarin, obviously.
Yeah.
like a darker scheme jersey, like the Oilers. Obviously, the Devils are coming back with another black jersey. They retired the jersey, so they're going to bring in the new black jersey. Probably
You're going to be New Jersey on it.
Yeah.
New Jersey.
But it's going to be
Anybody want to take a guess? Tom or Nick or Isaac?
Yeah, what player did Coach get?
Schneider for sure.
Schneider?
Anybody else?
Keandre Miller.
Keandre Miller.
Isaac, you got a guess? You're on mute.
Will Cooley.
Here's
All right,
the
let's
front.
see it.
Here we go.
Here's the front. I think your dad's going to be happy about this one, Dom.
Look at that.
Oh, that's
Jonathan.
nice. That's nice.
And now I'm really excited because there's a little surprise on here that Oscar put on the shoulder.
Oh,
Ooh.
shit.
This is unbelievable,
I
Oscar.
did not know that was coming, dude. You
That
made
is
that
sick.
patch
Either.
yourself?
No, we got that one online. It was
That is unbelievable, Oscar.
That's
Someone else
sick.
must have made that because the Rangers didn't make it, right?
That's right. Yep.
Damn, that's super cool.
So
And he's
instead
got
of the Game 7 patch, we put an Eddie patch on the shoulder.
And I'm trying to get the camera to see this. I don't know how to do it backwards. And there's the 100th patch. Obviously, the what'd you call this? The hanger.
The hanger effect there. Yeah.
Got everything on there, official. Got Oscar's label on there. No, the Fanatics label. I'm sorry. Wow, that is freaking cool as hell.
That patch is
Toronto, I would give him 6x6.
Oh, he's a prototypical Toronto signing too. Like someone who
actually,
does
yeah.
great for someone else, he goes to Toronto and just craps the bed.
I think six now also is the max term because the new CBA. I think free agents can only sign for 6 years, not 7 anymore.
Oh, okay.
really.
Again,
You know what stats I'm looking at?
Yeah.
I'm looking at the stats that are on the screen right now.
closest
Yeah.
points.
I'm with Ed. I'm not a fancy stat guy.
And Chris just pointed out that he
wrote in the outline here to make me laugh a few times. Aho still sucks. Like he's the number one center. Like what is he doing out there? You got Taylor Hall, who's like 50 years old, putting up points. You got Jordan Stahl, who's 50, putting up points. What is Aho doing? I don't even like notice him out there. It's like it might be a good thing that they're just operating on like all cylinders at like all of them as a team, but like I just don't see what's so special about that guy at all. Pavel Dorofeyev, he had a pretty good playoff. His expected goal percentage in the playoffs was 64.8%, and his goal percentage was a 69.2 in all situations. 5-on-5, he was around 50%. Shot percentage was a 20.7 over the course of the season, which is pretty damn good. It's better than Robertson's actually. And previously it was only a 3.7. And Isaac has here worth noting he only had 9 playoff games before this season. So not a ton of playoff experience, and he still had an outstanding playoff. 22 games played, 12 goals, 4 assists, 16 points overall. And I believe Kevin Weeks was calling him Score-a-Fav.
Yeah, I love this player.
So,
I mean, he's making 1.8, so he's due for a hefty little raise. And I'm not sure of the Vegas Golden Knights cap situation, but he would be someone. I'm not saying the Rangers, but I would say someone a team should pry on them and just scoop this guy up. Every big goal I see the Knights score, he's there. Whether he's like assisting, making a hit to make a play, giving or scoring just a critical goal, he's always around the big goals. He's always omnipresent.
Vegas has like $4 million in cap space. So if you offer sheet him high enough and Vegas can't figure out how to quickly offload any more money, then you can get him. It's just, again, a matter of what you're going to give up. Also, just quickly, the reason why I put shooting percentage on there is only because it tends to like
Brind'Amour Moore, sold it to the players. They bought in and they did it. They had a few new guys this year. Did anybody hear about his training method that he started in preseason?
Yeah,
Yeah, I did.
with the
I
cinder
was
block.
actually going to bring that up.
Did you hear it, Ed?
No.
He had everybody as training lift up a cinder block that was part of their training. And a cinder block happens to weigh 35 pounds, the same weight as the Stanley Cup.
All throughout the season. I think he had them literally. I think he had them do like one
Moore
lift.
did that?
Yes.
Brindamore did
and
it this year.
Never
Didn't
told
tell
him
them
why he
that's
was
what-
doing it.
That's the
Didn't
best.
tell
You
him
didn't
that's
tell them
why. or
why?
anything.
He called
No.
he called them like blue collar lifts.
That's
Yeah, so they just
unbelievable.
all thought it was part of their training, not realizing that was the same weight.
Yeah.
Obviously, is the big trade for Pavel Dorofeyev. So before we get into the draft and everything else Chris Drury's been up to, we got to touch on that. Kind of shocked the hockey world. There wasn't any rumors of this happening, nothing leaked or anything like that. Not even Elliot Friedman or anyone really had anything to say. And then all of a sudden it dropped. Definitely caught us off guard. It's a great pickup. He did really well in the last playoff run for Vegas. Kind of surprising that they let him go. But then once you saw that he signed for 7 years, $11 million, it makes a little bit more sense that they may not have had room for him for what he was asking for. So they got rid of him before that could happen. Rangers didn't really give up much for him. They gave up the 26th pick in this year's draft, which was then traded to the Habs. Pick 92, which Vegas took Benjamin Wilmot. And then the top 10 protected in 2028 in the first round. So yeah, Kevin Weeks calls him Pavel Skorofeyev. So that's a good sign. Coach Ed always loves his nicknames by Weeksy. So let's start with Coach. Coach, what were your initial thoughts when you heard about this trade?
I was real excited because, like I said, during the playoff run, I think we were talking about it. That to me, I see the difference between him and Panarin is that he gets in the corners. He's on the bench sweating. He can't breathe. He's putting an effort out. And to me, you see it. The body language is different. And I feel that he has that sweat equity that we keep talking about. So I'm excited to see what he could do for the Rangers.
Yeah, that's interesting. You brought up Panarin. Obviously, he's going to be compared to Panarin for the next probably 7 years. But I think the biggest thing is he has an identical contract to Panarin, except he's younger and the salary cap is now going up. So,
Well,
I
he's
think
not
that's
a
a good
proven
thing.
scorer like Panarin yet, not that level yet. But
Maybe not 100
he
plus
is-
points,
to me,
but
to me, he's more physical on the wall, on the half wall in the corner. He doesn't give up. He makes a play and he cuts to the net. He gets involved. I mean, I watched Vegas a lot in the playoffs this year, so I did watch, see what he was doing quite a bit. He had a couple of off nights where he had a little bit of a drought, a couple of games in a row, but he seems to be always involved physically and getting some good scoring.
he was probably his favorite player on the Rangers the last couple of years. So, Coach, why don't you say your piece and your thoughts on the Trocheck trade? I know you're kind of catching up a little bit still, but
Well, I hate to embarrass myself, but I really didn't know he was trading. But what happened?
well, fans, Coach literally rushed home from work to jump on the pod, and like I said, he didn't catch up on the group chat. So why don't I be a good host here and say that Vincent Trocheck was traded to the Utah Mammoth in exchange for the 2027 third round pick, Cole Beaudoin. Am I saying that right? And,
I think Boudouin. It's French.
Boudouin?
Something, yeah, something French.
Say it like an American. It's Beaudoin.
Yeah, Beaudoin.
Okay, so that's why we got Mikey here around. And too bad we don't have Sam Rosen trying to pronounce that one this year. But
It kind of stemmed off this comment. It was the passing read. I kind of want to talk about that, and I'm glad somebody mentioned that because I don't know about you guys. I was a little upset at the same thing. Yeah. So I was a little upset as well, but doing my research and kind of getting the whole fact about it, the fact is that this kid Smith that they took over Reed is 100% more NHL ready than Reed. And it's not to say that Reed isn't going to be better. He might be better in his respective system, but Smith's played 18 minutes on average in Italy when he was in the Olympics.
That's
2
amazing.
assists and 4 games for a kid who's not even in the NHL yet, playing against other NHLers. So, I mean, to say that it's a stretch and crazy for that, I don't know. I feel like it's just based off his system and based off of need. I don't think it's so much based off of whether or not he's going to be better. Because I know that EJ last week was talking about how good Reed is going to be. And I do believe that, but I believe Smits is a better fit for that and more NHL ready.
Yeah, 100%. So yeah, let's get into that. So with the 5th overall pick, Chris Drury selected Albert Smits against most draft boards of Chase Reed being a higher pick than him in terms of defenseman. And yeah, Dom explained that very well. If you haven't gone back and watched our episode last week with EJ Radic, definitely go back and do so because it was incredible. EJ is just amazing. He brings like so much good insight. He was a scout back in the day. He's obviously in media, broadcasting, you name it. In my opinion, I think he'd be he should or could have a front office job in the NHL if he wanted. It seems like he has too much fun doing the broadcasting and hanging out with Kevin Weeks. But yeah, definitely go check out that episode. And he did say, he's like, listen, like Chase Reed might have the brighter future skill-wise or whatever word he used, but right now Albert Smits is NHL ready. And watching him in the Olympics, I don't remember him specifically, but I remember seeing or thinking Latvia is strong, tough, played the game the right way. They had a good system, and they made some noise in the Olympics, and they took everyone by surprise. And for him to wear an A in that tournament, once again, Little Ed's leadership program, that definitely speaks volumes. A kid playing against men with adults or with other men on his team and still being an assistant captain. The real question is, what's the over-under on when Coach Ed says we need to get Albert Smits a helmet that fits him? I don't know if you can see this, Coach, but every single picture,
see it now.
Every single picture, he's got his helmet up on top of his head like Keandre did. And he certainly doesn't have the same haircut that Keandre had. So I don't understand what's going on there, but every single picture, he looks like he's wearing a helmet that's like 3 sizes too small.
Everybody.
And I've been collaborating.
Coach has been on it with the collabs, guys. So head on over to the Instagram, to the TikTok, to the Twitter. The names are scrolling across the top of the screen there for you. Go check it out. It's a good time.
They shut down that whole street, and then they forced the businesses to close as well. So you couldn't even like walk up there on the sidewalk or anything, like kind of without warning or anything. So Mike O'Brien, one of the owners, great guy, happened to be on Us Weekly. He got interviewed and stuff, and he was all over the tabloids, if you will, in like the pop culture world. Yeah, which was pretty funny. Not funny, I should say, but it was pretty interesting to see him in that world. Yeah, I didn't think it was the right thing to do. And I feel like he was kind of calling for Taylor and Travis to pay them back for the day. I mean, I don't think that's right to force a business to shut down for a complete day. I mean, especially a bar in New York City, they really rely on every possible profit or drink or whatever customer to come in there.
I mean, if anything, they would be hoping to profit off of an event like that. So
yeah, obviously there's a ton of security. I mean, but like it's across the street from the Garden, but realistically you're across the street, like you're still pretty far, you know, like it could really close off like a certain part of the area and still keep the businesses open. But
yeah, but I don't see the Statue of Liberty firing somebody up.
The Rangers are, I think.
Give her Mrs. Met body type, right, Nick? What do you say?
So, rebound shot attempts because he's great at playing without the puck. To me, that's an important in front of the net front stat.
Oh, give me 1 second. Hold up.
Isaac, he's going dark.
Someone just shut the light. Hold up.
He got sent to the board.
The website crashed. His lights went out. It's over.
Braden Schneider's in his house.
Yeah.
Shut up like Brent.
I'm at my cousin's house. I think someone just like walked in and shut the light. Didn't realize I was here. I don't know.
And we'll
for some reason get blacked out, the lights go out, you know.
Yeah. No, but Isaac, we'll talk behind the scenes if there's anything that we could put on the podcast account that you may need or find worthy. We'll discuss that. But other than that, good job. I think that was fun. All of that, boys. How we doing, Nick? The socials are buzzing. We got this EJ Radic video that Dom made, pushing 100,000 views.
What?
And the comments just keep coming from very, very angry fans around the NHL.
I didn't even
So
see
great
that
job,
video.
boys,
When,
with that one.
when was that posted?
As it keeps going.
That was I think that was 2 or 3 weeks. That was right after.
I thought it was a current one. Okay, wow.
Yeah, it's at 95,000, I think.
Yep. Well, first of all, I don't know how anybody could say anything negative about EJ. I mean, I don't agree with everything he says either, but he's a very knowledgeable and very nice guy, humble and appreciative of everything that he has to offer, and he's a great guy.
When he was with Gustafson, those
You could
results
say we
weren't
brought up
bad.
some good points, Isaac. It's okay.
Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you on that. In 23-24, he had a decent season with Gustafson. So let's see what happens when, depending on who he's with, at least to start this season. Mistakes he makes are less than what Schneider makes.
Only last year. Come on. Before last year, Schneider did not make a lot of mistakes. I watched him intently. I don't give a shit what stats show. He rarely got beat. Rarely got beat. He played against some top guys. And they would all come out. This is when they had just gotten Phil Esposito. Fatilla was there, Duguay, all the young guys. And Esposito came out, and he was my favorite. I got his autograph, but this kid kept putting a hockey card in his face, and he wouldn't sign it because the Players Association didn't have a deal with the hockey card companies. So he was boycotting it, and it was a big to-do. I subsequently read in one of his he wrote a couple of chapters in the Summit Series book.
There's the retail.
Dom, stay with the lingo, Dom.
I need that
That's what I'm
whiteboard.
saying. You need a dry erase board.
That's why we're here. I told you guys in the
No,
chat
I
earlier
know.
today. People are gonna.
I'm learning a lot. Trust
Yeah.
me, but I'll
So-
probably forget it tomorrow. But
It,
wait, who calls it an LCS? Like, is this amongst at the
the
trade
hobby
shows?
guys.
So if I
The-
go to
just
the
hot-
trade show, if we go to the trade show, I could say, "You got any LCSs around here?" They'll know what I'm talking about.
Oh, at a card store. Yeah, hold on a second. Let me see if I can get
Wow.
my light back on.
Yeah, fix your light.
That's funny.
Yeah, I mean, Nick, that might be a good post. You got to track all the trading card terminal. Oh, there you go. Dom's got it.
There you go.
Y'all don't even need me. Dom's
Nice.
on this.
Yeah.
I mean, what are
Well,
we
no,
gonna-
the
what are
graphic
we
for
gonna do?
Instagram, all
I gotta get
the
graphic up,
whole
of
the
all
whole
the,
glossary.
trading card terminology. All right.
Yeah, trading card glossary. We'll call it.
All right.
Throwing it
I
back
don't
to
know.
the 90s.
It is nice buying that full set, like automatically.
They do mascot Young Guns.
Yeah, right.
I like it.
Oh my! I might need that for my mascot binder.
I don't know
That's
why.
sick.
You're saying I can't have that.
That's amazing. They do mascot Young Guns. That's
Yeah,
incredible.
I
You think that's
remember
gonna be.
that.
That's gonna count as one of your Young Guns.
I don't know what the odds are of pulling that one. Tusky from the Mammoth. I don't know if that's a different odds box.
I think you may have sent this to me. So thank you. If you didn't, you have sent me a lot in the past. So if this isn't one of them, thank you anyway. But Brett Howdy Young Guns. Good luck to Brett. Hopefully host another Stanley Cup. I'm pretty sure he was
he did well,
the
yeah.
first one.
Right. And then how about Keandre? Right.
So I didn't want to talk about him this episode, Mike, but I guess
I didn't either. But